Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to rewire your brain in 21 days. Now I believe that this video has the potential to really give you 3 steps that if you do every day can radically change your life over the course of the next 3 weeks. Now understand that our personality is creating our personal reality. Now this is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza has said in his books. It's something that neuroscience is really starting to show us, and it's about understanding that who we are being in the present moment is a compilation of the thoughts that we think about who we are, the beliefs that we have, and the actions that we are taking. Now if we find ways of priming ourselves and we find ways of really optimizing who we are being in the present moment, and we do that every day, that's going to radically change our life, because as we change our personality, as we change the things that compose of who we are being, we then change our outer reflection of what we're getting, and we change our personal reality. Now the first step has to do with an experiment that I want to share with you, and it has to do with using the memories of the times we've succeeded in the past to rewire in a feeling about ourselves of powerfulness and a feeling in a peak state. Now this is an experiment that was done at a college, and what they did is they took a couple thousand people and they put them in very stressful situations. So they would have them give a speech, and then they would have the people that were listening to the speech judge them and not show any emotion whatsoever. Now what they did for this is, for a certain number of the participants, they would give them and have them remember some powerful moments of their past memories, sometimes of they were in a peak state. And then what they would also do for some of them is have them remember some of the values they have in their life that are very important for them, like values such as feeling confident, values such as feeling like they were trustworthy, or feeling really authentic to who they are. Then what they would do is they would put them in these stressful situations, and what they found was that the people who had the values that they were remembering, or remembering the memories of when they were successful in the past, they were much more likely to perform well. There was much less cortisol and stress hormone in the system, and they were much more likely to be successful through the process. Now the idea behind this is that every day what we can do is we can remember 2 or 3 situations in our past of when we were successful. What we can do is, as we remember that and as we run that in a mental rehearsal in our mind, what we are doing is we are bringing back those characteristics of ourselves, and we're starting to really wire that into a part of who we are. We're making that a dominant feeling through who we are. Now I found that the most powerful times to do this is when I wake up in the morning and before I go to bed at night, and by doing this I allow myself to really tap into this and really make this a part of who I am. Now you can also do this and apply this before you go in any important situation in your life. Maybe you're getting ready to go to a job interview, or you're getting ready to go to a negotiation to buy a house. Whatever it is, start to do these things throughout your day, and you'll find that it becomes a dominant part of who you are. Now the second step, or the second way that we can go about this, has to do with understanding our self-image and the way that we see ourselves. Now our self-image is an unconscious force that runs most of our life experience. Now our self-image is also what we can call a cybernetic mechanism. Now cybernetic mechanism simply means that we will always revert back to the default, whatever that is. And in order to really understand this, we need to know that most of our self-image for most of our life is unconscious, meaning that we're not aware of what that is. But we will always act in accordance to who we are being with whatever that self-image is. So a powerful way to go about this is every day imagine the best version of yourself. Imagine yourself doing the things that you would love to be doing in your life. Imagine yourself and the kind of beliefs that you would have to have for that version of you. Imagine the kind of situations you would be in. Imagine the body language that you would have. And as you imagine that, begin to model that in the present moment. Begin to walk around as if that is already who you are. And as you begin to do this, and you do this for just a couple minutes a day, you'll find that this begins to leak throughout the rest of your day, and it becomes something that becomes a part of who you are. Now I found personally, I like to do this and prime myself with this in the morning, and I simply know that after I come out of this visualization of the best version of myself, that is who I am, and I continue to take action from that point of view. Now the third step has to do with simply feeling the gratitude for what we want to experience or for the kind of person we want to become right now in the present moment, and doing this in the morning. Now, the idea behind this is that we think on average 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and that from day in and day out, we are thinking 90% of those thoughts are recycled from the day before. Now, in order for us to really penetrate the subconscious mind, what we have to do is get more to the feeling rather than just the logical thinking. And a powerful way to do that is in the morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for, think of things that you want to accomplish, and feel like you already have them now. Now, from a chemistry point of view and the hormones in our body, we will start to feel the emotions of already having it. And as we do that, what we do is we prime ourselves for seeing opportunities that align with that. We prime ourselves for really being able to identify the things that we can do in our life towards getting closer to the results that we want. Now, if we do those 3 things every day, we'll find that over the course of the next 3 weeks, we will become a totally new person. That will be because we have changed the thoughts that we repetitively think, we change the actions that we are taking, and we eventually change the beliefs about who we are. So remember, all you have to do is when you wake up in the morning, simply decide you're going to focus on the perfect self-image for who you are. You're going to simply know that as you come out of that visualization exercise, that is who you are. Then what you can do is remember 3 values that you have, or remember times in your life when you were already confident and feeling successful. Do that before you go into important situations. Do that when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night, and then simply feel the gratitude for already having that which you want right when you wake up in the morning. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.